And the topic of today is: can you be an ethical millionaire?
An ethical millionaire,
Yes.
of course.
Okay.
Of course.
Here's my thoughts on it.
Okay.
I don't think you can get all that wealth
Yeah.
ethically.
Why not?
Okay, let's even start off with what makes you a millionaire.
Okay.
You have to have how much in your account?
Oh, a millionaire. So, it's created. So people debate. You can say, as long as you have 2 million, you're a millionaire.
What about 1 million?
1 million.
Are you considered a millionaire if you have 1 million?
It depends who you ask. But some people say, yeah, you've got 1 million, you're a millionaire. You've made it.
So if I spend 1p...
Yeah, you're out of the club.
Okay, so 2 million makes more sense. Okay.
It's silly.
I guess. But yeah, regardless, do you feel like... I don't think you can be an ethical millionaire.
Oh,
so you're saying you can?
100%.
An ethical. You think there's nothing you can do? There's nothing shady at all you can do.
Oh, 1,000%.
To get there.
In this life, you can do anything. You can do anything. You can kick ball and be earning a lot of money. That's simple. Simple millionaires on the pitch.
What? Not even. So if you knew, okay, cool, I got a son, Project Mbappe.
Yeah.
I tip the coach. He gets it. Do you know what I mean? You think it's going to be a completely clean journey? I don't think so.
I think it's possible.
It's possible.
Possible.
But to what degree? And is it time worthy?
Well, as in aspiring for that goal.
To be a clean, like, completely.
Okay. Yeah.
Because I'm saying, okay, cool. It's possible to avoid paying taxes.
Yeah.
Through
Yeah.
to shady methods. Like, for example, opening a company in this country and making that country in this country. I mean, that does it.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. So it's like, if I'm aspiring to be a millionaire, is ethics involved? Am I going to do things by the board?
Do you know what it is,
to get there?
It's difficult because, so for example, a lot of the things that people say is unethical, it's just that they don't know the rules.
Right.
So of course there are rules and all the rules are man-made.
Right, exactly.
No rule is perfect.
Exactly.
So for example, Amazon or Nike, they just play by the rules. Though the news...
But it's not ethical.
No. So for example, though they will say Amazon paid 0 in taxes. Headline, you're thinking they're unethical. But you didn't ask them, okay, how did you
So
pay?
are you saying as long as it's by the rules, it's ethical?
It's debatable. I would say as long as by the rules, it can be ethical. It can also not be ethical as well, but it can be ethical.
So
let's go deeper into looking into the nooks and crannies and the detail of how and what's going on. But to just be like 0 tax, unethical, that's silly. Come on, that's silly. It's too simple.
So it's not as black and white as what you're saying?
Not at all, yeah. Not that simple at all.
So do you think a person's individual beliefs impact their financial decisions and goals?
Yeah, 1,000%.
Why?
And it's so interesting. I've learned a lot more that beliefs are so important. It motivates everything we do. Yeah, everything across the board. Belief. Like there's some people that are millionaires or billionaires now. If you just listen to them talk, something that they believe, and not just something that they have accepted or think. When I say I mean believe, like it's in you, believe it. If someone told you that it wasn't true, you would tell them they're lying. That level of belief is a different. So I feel like, that level of belief, that's what influences all our decisions. So whether you're like, okay, there's not going to be a war next week in the UK, you just go and spend, you're living your life, you're doing a party. But if you actually believe that Russia are coming next week, if you believe that, you will spend differently.
Is it?
You will spend differently. Yeah. So belief is super important. It's super important.
What?
If you when I say believe, not just you heard it once or 10 times. If you believe that Russia are coming tomorrow, Ajay, I'm telling you things. I'm telling you.
Well, would money even be useful at that point? Right, I hear you. All right, cool. What are, like, in terms of being charitable and being philanthropic? I hope I said that right. What roles do that play in terms of the mindset of being like an ethical millionaire?
So again, that one is tricky as well because there's even like tax advantages to being charitable. So some people can even argue, is it even is it like from your heart if you know that you're going to get a tax break from being a giver, for example, or setting up a company that's a charity exclusively?
Yeah.
Some people just do it for the tax benefits. It's not necessarily
because that's what I've seen on the internet as well. There's one YouTuber called Mr. Beast. He's like one of the greatest YouTubers on the planet right now.
Wow.
And
I feel like I've heard the name.
He does a lot of giveaway type game shows basically.
Okay.
So some people have commented that he's doing it as a tax
play.
But I don't know. He seems like a cool guy. I don't know, man. Business. This is what I'm saying. I feel like all business is shady. I've never heard of good business before. I don't know. I haven't seen that even in the movies. Even look at in the movies where you have the drug deal. They bring here's the money, and someone's getting done dirty. Someone. There's no honor anywhere.
Do you know what I mean? It's tricky. I think at the end of the day, it's like the question is always, okay, how do you govern a people? How do you rule a land? How do you live life? And whenever you create a law, if a human creates a law, it will never be perfect. So there's gonna be someone that takes the back corner. So for example, let's say before credit was introduced, the idea of credit was a good intention. Let's allow people to access money to, I
heard it wasn't though.
So yeah, again, it depends on who you ask. But let's say, for example, the person that did it had a good intention. Let's say they did.
Okay.
And they were like, okay, we want to give people some money, borrow it to them, so that whatever dream they have, they can fulfill the dream. So you're like, okay, cool, credit, good idea. But then again, you then have one loan shark that abuses that good idea and uses it for their own gain. The same idea, not that it's in and of itself a bad thing, but it's now been corrupted by somebody else. And that happens with everything, unfortunately. So any good idea that started, someone comes and misuses it, which is why laws always have to be updated and changed.
Yeah.
And
what are your thoughts on steal from the rich, give to the poor in finance?
Steal from the rich, give to the poor. It sounds idealistic. Yeah, I don't think it's going to happen.
I mean, as a concept, like Robin Hood and that, what do you think?
But there's some people that are rich and they've earned their money in ethical. So it's not fair. I wouldn't. Yeah, I don't think.
Should the rich be taxed more?
Should the rich be taxed more?
The 1% people on the earth have the majority of the money.
Yeah,
is that fair?
Is it fair? No, it's not fair. But I also believe that fair is not the aim of life. Trying to go for fair balance that's an ideal that will never be reached. Never. Okay. Because for example, what will happen is, let's say you create a law to tax the 1%. Because those people at 1% have the best lawyers in town, they will now loophole that law and then they don't pay the tax. And then you create another law on top of that, loophole again. Another law, loophole again.
How many loopholes can there be?
No,
after all the holes have been tied.
There can never be I don't think there can.
How about this? You give us this amount because you're rich and you have nothing. I'm joking. I don't know how this works.
Yeah.
But, all right, cool. Fair enough.
It's very complex.
Yeah, but the point is, so you think you can be an ethical millionaire without
1,000%.
doing a thing shady?
1,000%.
So if you could get away with it and you wouldn't be judged, you wouldn't.
Wouldn't what? Sorry.
Like if in your business dealings,
you
had a few unethical practices.
Yeah.
But you would get away with it, and it would make you a millionaire. You wouldn't.
Nah, I wouldn't. I want to sleep well.
Well.
Okay,
when I say unethical, what degree are you? Because we didn't actually define that.
That's so true, Because
when you say unethical, is it wrong? Or is unethical just...
That's the thing, yes. So when you say ethical, I think of, right or wrong.
Okay, you're looking at it black and white. I'm looking at more grey. And
the grey is where the challenge comes.
Okay, I'm asking you.
Grey is subjective.
What would you do?
No, and this is where it gets tricky, because, for example, something that...
Grey like your jumper.
Yeah, because something that someone believes is right, someone else will tell you that this is wrong.
No, it's not about what they believe. I'm talking about you.
No. So let's say, for example, there's a law that says you can, I don't even know, a tax law, for example.
No, I'm saying you can get, let's say you can actually get away with what
legally get away with it.
But it's unethical.
According to me, I believe it's unethical.
No, according to the majority of people.
But again, there's always going to be a minority.
Society looks upon what you've done as unethical. But you've actually done, well...
legally, and I'm saying it's ethical.
Yeah.
Then if I say it's ethical, then I believe it's ethical.
Yeah.
If I believe it's ethical, then I'll
So you're saying it's subjective then?
It is subjective. There's always going to be subjectivity, It's difficult.
Fair enough.
It's difficult.
It can be. Based on what you've just said, something I might see as ethical might not be ethical to you. So there we go.
Yeah.
Can you be an ethical millionaire? No, you cannot.
No, I wouldn't say no. I think all things are possible, so I wouldn't say no. I wouldn't say no. I don't. Nah.
Well,
I wouldn't say no.
When we get there, we'll ask this question again.
I'll be back and I'll tell you whether it's possible or not.